Thank you, students, for your cooperation. Please be seated and maintain decorum throughout the session. Good morning to all delegates. Dr. P. Suresh, Principal, Bengal School of Technology. KCM Sir, Shaunak Mondal Sir, our Managing Trustee. Distinguished alumnus, Mr. Mola Goran, faculty members, and our beloved students. Myself, Mrs. Anisha Chakraborty, Assistant Professor, on behalf of BST, welcome you all to today's event. BST has always been more than just an institution. It has been a nurturing ground for innovation, creativity, and personal growth. BST has long stood as a role model of academic excellence and innovation in the field of pharmaceutical and technological education. Our students graduate with not only the skills needed to succeed, but also the values of hard work, integrity, and responsibility. Also, what truly sets BST apart is its vibrant and ever-growing community of alumni. The BST Pharma Alumni Association plays a vital role in keeping the connection alive. Through this association, alumni continue to support and uplift each other, sharing their knowledge, experiences through guest lectures, career advices, and social events. Today, we have the distinct pleasure of welcoming Mr. Mola Gorai, an esteemed alumnus of BST who has graciously returned to his roots to deliver a session for us. This session is designed to serve as a gateway for students who aspire to make a difference in the world through pharmaceutical science, to understand the vast opportunities, challenges, and career possibilities that lie ahead. By the end of the session, you will get a clarity and direction about the opportunities in pharmacy. This session will break down the path and help you understand the core branches like research and development, drug discovery. It will create an awareness of industry trends that is constantly evolving and helps in skill building. To sum up, this session is not just a lecture, it's a chance for you to decode the pharmaceutical technology and your future within it. So, I urge you all to actively participate in this session. The more you engage, the more you will gain. Now, I would like to invite the students of BST, Ananda Mondol, Ipshita Malik, Deblina Ghosh, and Deblina Shaha to come forward and present the invocation song.
ছায়ায় সমৃত অঙ্গন হে গম্ভীর নীলঞ্জন ঘন কুঞ্জ ছায়ায় সমৃত অঙ্গন হে গম্ভীর মনোলক্ষীর কম্পিত কায় চঞ্চল অন্তর মনোলক্ষীর কম্পিত কায় চঞ্চল অন্তর সংগীত তার ঝিল্লির মঞ্জির সংগীত তার ঝিল্লির মঞ্জির হে গম্ভীর নীলঞ্জন ঘন কুঞ্জ ছায়ায় সমৃত অঙ্গন হে গম্ভীর বর্ষণগীত হল মুখরিত মেঘমন্দ্রিত ছন্দে কদম্ব বন গভীর ছায়ায় সমৃত অঙ্গন হে গম্ভীর হে গম্ভীর করেছিল পিপাসার তাপ পাঠালে তাহারে ইন্দ্রলোকের অমৃত বাড়ির বার্তা শৈলী তপ্ত ধরণী করেছিল পিপাসার তাপ পাঠালে তাহারে ইন্দ্রলোকের অমৃত বাড়ির বার্তা মাটির কুঠির বাধা হলো ভিন দিকে দিকে হলো দীর্ণ মাটির কুঠির বাধা হলো ভিন দিকে দিকে হলো দীর্ণ নব অঙ্কুর জয় পতাকায় ধরাতল সমকীর্ণ ছিন্ন হয়েছে বন্ধন মন্দির ছিন্ন হয়েছে বন্ধন মন্দির হে গম্ভীর হে গম্ভীর নীলগঞ্জন ঘন কুঞ্জ ছায়ায় সমৃত অঙ্গন হে গম্ভীর হে গম্ভীর নীলগঞ্জন ঘন কুঞ্জ ছায়ায় সমৃত অঙ্গন হে গম্ভীর হে গম্ভীর বনলক্ষ্মীর কম্পিত কায় চঞ্চল অন্তর বনলক্ষ্মীর কম্পিত কায় চঞ্চল অন্তর ঝঙ্কৃত তার ঝিল্লির মঞ্জির ঝঙ্কৃত তার ঝিল্লির মঞ্জির হে গম্ভীর হে গম্ভীর নীলঞ্জন ঘন কুঞ্জ ছায়ায় সমৃত অঙ্গন হে গম্ভীর হে গম্ভীর নীলঞ্জন ঘন কুঞ্জ ছায়ায় সমৃত অঙ্গন হে গম্ভীর হে গম্ভীর নীলঞ্জন ঘন কুঞ্জ ছায়ায় সমৃত অঙ্গন হে গম্ভীর হে গম্ভীর
Now, I would request Dr. Paramita De, Professor, Bengal School of Technology, Department of Pharmaceutics, to please come on stage and enlighten us about the BST Pharma Alumni Association. Ma'am, please.
Students at the back, please be seated. So, very good morning to our respected principal sir, Dr. P. Suresh, our managing trustee, Mr. K.C. Mandal and Shonak Mandal, my colleagues and my loving students. Myself, Dr. Paramita De, Professor of Bengal School of Technology, heartily welcome our today's guest, Mr. Monloy Gorai, who is now a research scientist in Formulation Development Division of Sun Pharma, Gurgaon. So welcome Monloy again in your college. As BST was established in the year 2006 with B.Pharm as a course curriculum. Hence, till date, 16 batches of B.Pharm students, 14 batches of PG students and 3 batches of D.Pharm have passed out successfully from this college. So we can say in the last 20 years, a huge number of alumni has formed. I have collected some very old pictures of your seniors. During their college days, they too were involved in various activities, celebrations, cultural celebrations, sports, and lots more. In a nutshell, alumni or the former students are the asset to the college. They are one of the important stakeholders who play a key role to mentor and guide the current students, provide their connections to the professional world, and then also give the curriculum feedback. BST Alumni Association was first formed in the year 2012. At that time, it was not officially registered. In the year 2022, this association got its registration under West Bengal Society of Registration Act 1961 with another name BST Pharma Alumni Association. The members, President Mr. Anand Datta, Vice President Mr. Monojit De, Secretary Mr. Shivashish Lod, Treasurer Mrs. Trisha Chatterjee, and many EC members are present in the membership. The activities of Alumni Association till date in BST. In the year 2021, during the COVID pandemic situation, our alumni actively took part in the lecture series program to boost up their juniors, which was conducted online. Webinar took place in the Zoom platform and was streamed in the college YouTube official channel, which is Setco Shubandha. It was a total 8-day session. The day 1 session, the speaker or the alumni was Ms. Shejuti Pal, Ms. Rini Roy. Shejuti discussed about the higher studies in the abroad, especially in Australia, as she was pursuing MS in Australia. Rini Roy shared the role of pharmacist in clinical trials. And in the picture, you can see Molloy was at that time the PG student, and he was giving the vote of thanks to his seniors. The day 2 session comprises of Produt Roy, who pursue higher studies in Naipur, Mohali. He shared his experience with his juniors about the preparation, how to take good preparation in GPAC. Deepesh Chakraborty is a faculty. He shared his experience as a faculty and how to prepare yourself to become a good teacher. The day 3 session continued with Mr. Oyungo, who discussed his scientific research work which he was pursuing at that time in IIT Kharagpur. The day 4 session comprised of Mr. Shivashish Lod. He was the 4th batch of BPharm student from this college. He guided his junior how to work as a sales executive. He was also accompanied with Ms. Onushwa Mondol. She shared his experience as a hospital pharmacist in the ESI hospital. The 5th session was conducted by Mrs. Orpita Mukherjee, who worked as a sales executive, and he also discussed that the role of girls and how the girls can cope up with the situation in sales and marketing. Day 6 was conducted by Mr. Monojit De. He has a number of retail shops in the Hooghly zone region, and he emphasized to become an entrepreneur like he has been conducted. In the day 7 session, it was conducted by Mr. Orno Shingdeo and Mrs. Shomashri Shashmol. Orno worked in formulation R&D and shared his experience about a life of a scientist and his role and how he have acquired knowledge from the company. Shomashri shared the role of pharmacist in pharmacovigilance. The last day session, that is day 8, was conducted by Mrs. Tania Vishwash and Orgho Sen. They are the QC officer in ASG Biochem Pharma Limited. They guided the student how to carry out the analytical works with accuracy and precision. Overall, the 8 days alumni lectures were really fruitful to the juniors who were present in the college at that time. We also invited Mr. Obhik Shaha to conduct a seminar cum workshop in the National Pharmacovigilance Day. Obhik is now a junior pharmacovigilance associate in RG Kar Hospital. And we also invited Mrs. Anushwa Mondal. She is a pharmacist in Srirampur ESI Hospital during the eve of Pharmacist Day celebration in the year 2022. Mr. Gautam Mollik, he is now a scientist of analytical R&D Microlab Limited, Bengaluru. He has played an immense role in as an alumnus towards the junior. He has conducted, or rather he has arranged a number of internship programs for our PG students through interview, where Molay Garai was selected in a Jubilean Generics as an intern in analytical formulation and development, Gurgaon. Rupan Dash, Kushal Chaudhuri, Shubhrojit Sarkar were carried out their internship in the research project, PG research project in Microlab Limited, Bengaluru. Last year, BST Pharma Alumni Association organized a Spondon alumni meet where a number of alumni came and participated, and it was a huge celebrated moment at that time. They were felicitated, and in this way, last year the gathering was very much successful. So in continuation with this, today Molloy will enlighten us to their juniors, and hope this session will be a great one. Thank you, Molloy, for coming in our college, and students, please pay attention to the lecture. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your vivid knowledge and activity about the Alumni Association. Thanks for your continuous support and involvement with us. Now, I would request Dr. P. Suresh, Principal, Bengal School of Technology, to please come on stage and share his valuable thoughts. Please, sir.
Hello, am I audible? Yes, sir. Mr. Molay Gorai, B Pharm graduate of 2020 and PG graduate of 2022, who is presently the research scientist, FR&D, Sun Pharma, Gurgaon, Haryana. We are proud of you for the commitment you have shown to the industry in getting received by no less a company than Sun Pharma Limited. It is not a matter of joke. It speaks volumes of the candidate. Apart from that, the institute also. He is the brand ambassador of this institute for Sun Pharma. Our purpose of inviting alumni to the institution for interaction is to make you aware of what are your roles and responsibilities in future. As a graduate, you spend 4 years of time in learning the things. Later, at the end of the day, you go for learning to earning. Earning with learning, lifelong learning. Getting a job in industry is not the end of the story. If you do wonderful thing there, they will say, very good. In the next question, they will say, what next? So you are to always dynamic with unmatched commitment, dedication, and sincerity. All of which appears to be cosmetic words when you are in the industry. But it is a real fact of the day. Maulay Gorai will now bring to you the expectations of the external world from the graduates of the institution. I am happy that with the overwhelming response for this talk and the house, Swami Vivekananda Auditorium, is overpacked. It speaks about your volumes, about your interest for the alumni talk. A man who was with us, studied here, and was very much a regular candidate, is now in industry, and we are listening from him the essences of pharma industry. I will not stand in the way between you and Maulay Gorai. I will convey you best of luck, and Maulay Gorai, all the best for his life, for his future life. God bless you all.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable thoughts. Moving forward, it gives me immense pleasure to introduce Mr. Maulay Gorai, a dedicated professional in the field of pharmaceutical research and development. He began his journey as a research intern in analytical research and development at Jubilant Generics, where he laid a strong foundation for his career. He then moved on to serve as a research associate in formulation research and development. His consistent dedication and pursuit of excellence have now led him to his current role as a research scientist in formulation research and development at Sun Pharma. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Maulay Gorai. I would request Principal Sir to please come on stage and felicitate Mr. Maulay. Now, I would invite our esteemed guest, Mr. Maulay Gorai, to join us and start today's session.
Good morning, everybody. Let's start it this way. You know what? India approximately manufactures 60% of the generic medicines in the world, but only 50% of the candidates who have passed from pharmacy go into the pharmaceutical industry. So there is a gap. Okay, a gap in the terms of two things. One is the industry institute collaboration, and second is the guidance which the students seek. My name is Maulay Gorai. I am currently working as a research scientist at Sun Pharma. I have an experience of 3 years, and I am standing today before you a few steps ahead in the journey to guide you all. Okay, what lies outside the gate of the company? What lies outside the gate of the college campus? So if I go to the contents of my presentation, first of all, it is my journey. How I was sitting over here. I remember still that when I started my BPharm, this was not an auditorium. This was just a big classroom. We had our only orientation program over here only. Raja Chakravarti sir was the host of that. and he's currently at ICMR, New Delhi. I met him a few months back. And at that time, this was just a big classroom. This was not an auditorium. The infrastructure was still into development. Okay, so starting from B Farm, then masters, then getting into the industry, I'll cover my whole journey over here. Next, we will go to Indian pharmaceutical industry. The various departments which are there in the pharmaceutical industry, where India is means leading, and where is India lagging, and what is your opportunity to get into that. Okay. Thirdly, formulation, research and development, which is my domain, the domain in which I have put my effort and I have been pursuing from the last 3 years. Importance of GPAT and NIPER. I don't think I need to elaborate this much, because I have seen the ambition of the students from the Facebook page of this college. I've seen that around 19 students, if I'm not wrong, have qualified for the GPAT, and 13 students have qualified for the NIPER JEE. This is a very big achievement for the college as of now. When I was in 4th year, only 4 students of my batch were able to qualify for the GPAT examination. Out of that, only 2 were able to qualify for the NIPER JEE. So I would like to congratulate all you who all have qualified for the GPAT and the NIPER. Next, we will go into becoming industry ready. Becoming industry ready, this slide is for all of you. Okay. How are you going to enter and how are you going to thrive when you enter the industry? It will be covered on those slides. Lastly, open discussion Q&A. This will be the most important. When I was a student, I was thriving to go to seniors and ask, how does the industry look like? How can I get there? So I'll be there to answer your questions. Okay. Before starting, I would like to clarify some things. I have some chocolates with me, okay? And there will be questions, around 10 questions. And the person answering those questions, those chocolates will belong to them, okay? Though that will be technical, they will be from the slide. And I want all of you to pay very close attention to those slides. Because this kind of seminar, I was very, we did not get the opportunity to have this kind of seminar. And I'm just a few steps ahead in the journey. So I would like all of you to give your 100% attention to all these slides, okay? And lastly, during the open discussion and Q&A, I would like all of you to hit me with your questions, okay? And I have a surprise gift for the person asking the best questions, okay? Just one thing, those questions should be somewhat relevant to the slides, what I'm talking about. Clear? Let's look into my journey. Okay. If you look at this slide, this is my 12th standard report card. Okay. These are not the marks of any topper. Physics 67, chemistry 61, mathematics only 9. English it was almost good, 84, and biology it was also 67. So these are not the marks of any topper. Okay, I was a below average student during my school life. Fast forward a few years. These are the academic. Hello. These are the academic excellence awards I won after completion of my M.Pharm. First one is for being the second year class topper, and first one is for the second year class topper, and this one is for being the college level course topper. So what is the point of me showing all this to you all? This is very personal. When I submitted this presentation to my institute, to my industry, for clearance from the intellectual property rights, they asked me, why are you showing all this to them? But I wanted to show this to all of you. When I was in 12th standard, I had no ambition in mind. Where should I go? Where should I not? I went to take admission into BSc Agriculture just because I took science in class 11 and 12. Then I thought, okay, my English is good. I can speak quite well. I can enhance my skills with time. So I went to take admission into hotel management. Okay, sir. So I went to take admission into hotel management. But when I came to pharma, that's where all the leaps started. I had a mindset from the day one. Normally, most of the students have that. Different copies for each subject. Okay. And by the end of the fourth semester, it was like one copy for all the subjects. And that also I am not carrying to the college. Okay. Major transition came during my masters. I appeared for the GPAT. I did not qualify. No question of NIPER JE because preliminary you need to qualify for the GPAT to appear for the NIPER. So when I appeared for the GPAT, it was cutoff was around 164. I scored around 108, and I was very happy that I scored past 100. I was not a very good student during B Pharm also. Okay, the teachers will say that thing only. It was never topper's marks, but it was consistent. 7 CGPA, 8 CGPA, sometimes 9 CGPA. Major transition came when I got into masters. When I took pharmaceutics as my master's subject, it was a subject which I liked to study the most. Okay, because we did not need to memorize anything in pharmaceutics. Am I correct? M.Pharm pharmaceutics students? Anyone from M.Pharm pharmaceutics? Okay, no issues. We do not need to memorize much things during M.Pharm pharmaceutics. Only if you had the concept, then we can write anything. Not anything means write something relevant and we can score good marks. So that's all. If I quote here, the only way to achieve the impossible is to believe it is possible. If I go to my school and show this to my school teachers, I don't think they were expecting very much of me that I will do very big in science. Okay, when I was went for counseling in class 11 also, they asked me that why are you taking science? You do not have that much good marks, and you will just be filling the seat, and we don't know what you will do after you complete your 12th. Neither did I. But somewhere it hit me. When I was not able to score good marks, I had to listen from my teachers, I had to listen from my parents. Here, everything went 360 degrees. Okay. The conclusion, what I would like to show you with is that do not limit yourselves to what you have achieved and what you have not. I know many of you have not chosen pharma as your means. It was plan B. Okay, plan B for many of you. But from now onwards, I guarantee you that if you put in effort, the graph will go. The graph will cross the x-axis, y-axis. The graph will go out of the domain. Okay. Now, if I look at career progression, my career progression, where I started, what I did, as Paramita ma'am was showing, that there was a senior, Gaurav Mullikda. He, during that time, BST Alumni lecture series was going on, and he sent a job vacancy that we can go and have our master's degree project from R&D. Okay, and I applied for that. I was the only one selected from my batch because that time I started studying. I started from here, first as a research intern in analytical research and development at Jubilant Generics Limited, Noida. After completion of 6 months, there was a vacancy at Jubilant, both in ARD and in FRD. Okay, these are two separate departments. One is analytical research and development, other is formulation research and development. So I applied for a research associate in formulation research and development, not in analytical research and development. There were reasons behind it, and I want you all to listen to it carefully. Analytical, when I went for internship, the first question my manager asked was, are you MSc or M.Pharm? That question hit me somewhere, that if I have studied 2 extra semesters than BSc students, B.Pharm it is for 8 semesters, BSc it is for 6 only. MSc, okay, 2 years, they are also studying, we are also studying. I have studied 2 more semesters, then why am I competing with those who have studied 1 year lesser than me? Okay, so it's good, it's nothing wrong with ARD, But this formulation research and development, this was my dream job because I am a student of M.Pharm Pharmaceutics. At that time when I went for the internship, I did not know, did not have that clarity what I want to pursue. We did not have that kind of guidance which you all get now. When I went into industry, I understood that there is a difference. Then I applied for this research associate in formulation research and development. And the advantage was that when the vacancy came, it was for freshers only. But I had an experience of 7 months in that particular organization only. So it was an added advantage for me. These departments are interrelated, but formulation is higher than ARD. Okay, I will get to that also in my coming slide. Okay, so if you look at this slide, it looks like it is somewhat growing. I am growing in my career, right? But that is not the case. Here, when I completed 1 year at Jubilant Generics Limited, Jubilant shut down its R&D. I remember I was at home. It was Mahasashti, and I got a call from my manager that Jubilant is shutting down its R&D. Send me your resume. I'll forward it to the HR personnel से I know. कहते हैं ना बंगाली में, मैं बंगाली में नहीं, हिंदी में, पैरों के नीचे से जमीन खिसक गई. It was that kind of a situation. I was just 1 year into the industry and I was jobless. And next day Durga Puja. I was in my hometown. I went to the river side. In Purulia there is a river Gamsavati, and I sat down quietly, wondering what to do. I could have tried. I could have sat there. I could have done anything wrong. I went there, opened my laptop, updated my resume, and sent it to my manager. Let's see what happens. My notice period was of just 1 month. I was given salary of 1 month only because the company is shutting down. 1 extra month salary. And luckily, or I don't know, within 21 days, I got placed into Acme Formulation Private Limited. Notice period was not over. I moved to Acme Formulation. This is a very small company. You all must have heard the name of Jubilant. Domino's comes under Jubilant only. Some who does not know the name of it. But this company, this is a small company, but it gave me the wings to fly. It gave me the opportunity to continue my career, not to get into any other domain just for the sake of the salary. Here I started as a research associate. They manufacture this Jubilant. They manufacture mainly for the US market. So working culture is that much good. 5-day work, means 5-day week, and at the starting of the week, you know what you have to do. By the end of the week, what you have to do next week. At Acme, that is not the scenario. In domestic companies, it is not the scenario like that. It is a 6-day working and 9.5 hours per day. Okay, it was very much troublesome. At Jubilant, there was only one project which I was handling, and I started it from the basic, from zero, from scratch. At Acme, there were a number of projects, around 10 projects I was handling, each for different market. One for US, one for Europe, one for domestic, one is oral solids, one is oral liquids. So that much pressure it was there at Acme. And another thing, if you all get to go to R&D, go to any organization which has an R&D separate and a plant separate. Okay. If you ever get an opportunity, I will pray that at least 5 to 10% of you go there, because R&D is a core of pharma. Okay, everything is around pharma. Everything is around R&D. Okay, if you do not manufacture new doses, do not go into innovation, you will be left behind. Just like Nokia was left behind when it did not innovate. Okay, once a time Nokia was there in everyone's pocket. I don't think any of you will be carrying a Nokia phone now. Okay. So if it is possible, go to any company which has an R&D separate location and plant separate location. Just like Jubilant has, just like Sun has. Not like Acme. Acme, the plant and R&D were together. That is why, what happens? Plant is very much regulated. Everything goes round the clock. 24 hours there's work going on. So that culture is put into R&D also. R&D is for innovators. R&D is for scientists. You need to think on your toes, but you need that clarity in your mind also to produce something new. Next, I went to Sun Pharma. This was a dream come true. There are some of you who are connected with me on Facebook. You must have seen my post, dream job accomplished. And I posted this last year. So it has been around 1 year, 2 to 3 months at Sun Pharma, and it is a good journey. One thing I would like to share is, as of now, this is my dream job. But I don't think this will be my dream job after completion of one another year. Okay. One thing I want all of you to note down is that if you want a growth in your career, do not stay at a single company, at a single position. Okay. Increments will take place and it will be pro rata basis based on your performance. But when you switch from one company to another, there will be a hike. And that hike is important in the initial stages of your career. Every 2 years, 3 years, strategically switch from one company to another until there are responsibilities which come at your end. You have a family to feed, you have children going to the school. That time you can think of stability, not before that. Every position has a range of salary. Talking about a research scientist, it has a range from suppose 6 LPA to 8 LPA or 6 LPA to 9 LPA. There will be candidates who have stayed in the same organization and they will be sitting at 6 LPA. There will be candidates who have strategically switched from 2 years to 3 years and reached there, they will be standing at 9 LPA. If you have the same experience, why wouldn't you sit at 9 LPA instead of 6 LPA? Got it? Now this slide is for you all. It was my talk, what happened with me. Now the most important thing for which I am here today is for your future. Early career clarity and focused preparation. I know all of you must have not chosen B Pharm as your plan A, but you have taken admission. Okay? अभी आ गए हैं तो करना है अच्छे से, नहीं करना है तो छोड़ के चले जाओ, करना है तो मन से करो, तो मन से ऐसे करो कि फिर मुड़ के देखना ना पड़े. Okay? Means my mother tongue is not Bengal Hindi, but staying 3 years there at the northern locations has improved it a bit. So first step is identify your career goals. You have taken admission into D Pharm or B Pharm or M Pharm. You should have some ambition in mind, whether you go to industry or not. Clarify it from the day one, what you want to achieve. And do not take, I repeat, do not take college life lightly. This is not the place that you will enjoy and think for the rest of your lives that, okay, अभी नहीं मजा करेंगे तो कभी नहीं हो पाएगा, जॉब में चले जाएंगे तो कुछ नहीं हो पाएगा. Don't think like that. I know that 10% of you are not thinking like that. That is why you have cracked GPAT and NAC or JEE. But the rest of the population, I want you to know that do not take things lightly. This is the time you build yourselves. Okay. Next is build a strong educational and technical foundation. There are teachers who have guided me, who can guide you very well. But you should have that mindset, learning mindset, to learn from them, to extract from them. Third is gain hands-on experience early. This is very important. This is very important for you. At this point of time, for freshers it is very difficult to get into industry. Open the door, get into whichever door you can. And have some certificates, okay, before leaving the college. Because as of now, look at you all, 100 students passing from B Pharm. You know the number of colleges in West Bengal. Every college is B Pharm. In India, around 6 lakh students pass every year from B Pharm. Okay. So all of them will not get a job. You will have to stand out from the crowd. And I want the students of my college to stand out from that crowd if they want to get there. For that, you will have to gain hands-on experience early. whatever internship you may take, whichever training you can go for. Industrial training is necessary to get the registration certificate, I know. But there are other things also, which the people outside West Bengal are doing. Going for hospital internships, for internships at any company. You'll have to get into the waters to know how deep it is. This one is equally important. Upskill by acquiring courses and certifications. This is harsh truth, but only the degree is not sufficient for you to get a job now. You will have to upskill your courses, upskill your talent, upskill your soft skills. Then only you can stand out from the crowd. There are n number of things available on the internet. Coursera, Swayam, NPTEL. Go into that courses. You know, from BPharm first year. From first year is only for the hit and trial phase. Okay, you get to know the subjects. You get to know your teachers. You move. Many of you have live in the hostel. You have moved away from your home. Second year is from second year, third year. There are things which come to your mind, which do not come to your mind. There are subjects which you start to like, and then there are subjects which you do not start to like. To build a fulfilling career, go for higher studies in whichever subject you like the most, because you will be working on that only for the rest of your life until retirement. So if you do not like your work, you cannot build a successful or fulfilling career, whatever package you may get, whatever salary you may get credited to your account. Okay. This is a step for which you can use to make your goals more achievable. First is specific. This is called SMART technique. SMART. First is specific. What is my goal? You have to set what goal you want to achieve, and next is what is measurable. How will you track your progress? Suppose if you are doing a course, it's not, some of the courses are there which are free hand basically. So it has to be measurable. Within how much time you will complete that. Next is achievable. Is your goal realistic? Suppose if I say I'm doing my BPharm and I'll complete my MBA from distance at the same time, that is not possible. It has to be achievable. Next is relevant. Does the goal align with your overall plan? Suppose I'm going to work in R&D, and suppose I want to work in R&D, okay, and I'm going for internship at a medicine shop. What is the relevance of it? Nothing. Next is time bound. It should have a deadline. Deadlines are very important. Without a deadline, you will not be able to make that happen. The amount of study you put into, knowing that next day your semester exam is there, that kind of dedication you won't get a month before. This deadline is very important. Now if we move to the Indian pharmaceutical industry, it is, as I told at the starting of my seminar, that 60% of pharma means 60% of the medicines are supplied through India only, and India manufactures 40% of the vaccines. During the COVID era also, India put a mark on the world that we are the ones who can, within the same time, manufacture much higher quantities of vaccines and transport it to other companies as well to fight the pandemic. This is the first point, generic drug production. There are so many MNCs in India, and all of them are running behind generics. Okay, first question for you guys. Anyone can tell me what is a patent? Anyone has the answer? Please put your hand up. I expect smart answers from the GPAT and medical students. If they are not qualified also, patent means very much important. Okay, let's make it a bit simpler. What is the duration of a patent? After how many years a patent gets expired? There, a boy is
20 years.
That's correct. Please have a seat. So patent gets expired in 20 years. That is where generic drug manufacturers come in. A patent is valid for 20 years. Before that, monopoly takes place. Companies put their investment into R&D. It takes approximately 15 years for a drug to get into the market. And after that, the amount they have invested on R&D, they have the monopoly on the market. They sell it according to their price. Business development, there is a team, MBA graduates. They forecast that within 20 years, these number of tablets will be manufactured, or suppose any formulation will get manufactured, and they will be sold out to the public, and the revenue will be calculated on that basis. And that is why innovator drugs are so costly in India. I'm currently working on an anti-cancer drug at Sun Pharma. Cost of one tablet is 96,000 rupees. I'm talking about the innovator. 96,000 rupees a single tablet. Strength 0.5 mg. Overall weight of the tablet is around 100 mg. 0.5 mg की एक tablet का cost 96,000 rupees. Because they have made a patent on it. After completion of that patent, generic drug production starts. When generic drug production starts, there are so many companies who are fighting for that. Because after that innovator expires, generics will enter into the market, and India is a very big manufacturer of generic medicines. Strong manufacturing capabilities. There are hubs in India, Hyderabad, Sikkim, Ahmedabad. So many companies are there which are certified by World Health Organization, EU GMP, US FDA, and there are round the clock manufacturing is taking place. Round the clock quality control is taking place. And we are exporting medicines to the outside of the world. So India has a strong manufacturing capabilities. Next is skilled workforce. As of now, there are graduates from B Pharm, M Pharm, PhD candidates also, who are entering into the industry, who consider the industry as of their own, and they are putting effort day in and day out. Otherwise, that job cannot be accomplished. This is research and development. Next is research and development. In research and development, there are so many companies which are coming to India. Foreign MNCs, Indian MNCs. Okay, which is the best company in India? This is not a quiz question. Yes. Which company has the highest revenue as of now? That is an Indian MNC, right? Any foreign MNC which you will name? That very good. Pfizer. Pfizer is the father of everyone. Okay. Pfizer has a R&D there at Chennai, and it is the most foresighted company. You know, artificial intelligence, it is a buzzword as of now. Pfizer is the only company as of now who has invested in 11 AI companies to do their work. No other company is near that. They are thinking 50 years from now, 100 years from now. Okay. This one, next point is affordability and accessibility. We are known for manufacturing low-cost medicines, and that is our biggest advantage in the world. It is generally known that if any foreign company is manufacturing at XY location outside India, India can manufacture that same product with same quality at 1/10 of that cost. So that sets us apart from the rest of the world. Last is emerging biotechnology sector. There are various techniques. Recently, CRISPR also took place. So generic medicines, they are becoming somewhat outdated, but there are improving technologies such as CRISPR, biosimilars. These are emerging in a very rapid manner. Okay, let's move forward. This is a very important slide for all of you. There will be professionals who will be thinking to go to production, quality assurance, quality control, regulatory affairs, marketing, pharmacovigilance. You all somewhat have the idea what each department does. Okay, I'll be talking about what do you need to go there. Is that thing within you or not? First is production. Compliance, attention to detail, adaptability. Okay, Research and development is there at the center of this slide. Okay, we'll discuss about that on the subsequent slides. First is production. You know what this slide means, this presentation, this is not about definitions, this is not about complex jargons, this is about the real life picture, okay? If you think you can work in production, some things you'll have to keep in mind. First is, if you are willing to work round the clock, there are shifts at production, X, Y, A, B, and if you do not have a problem with that, you can go to production. There will be operators who will be doing their work, and you will be the officer who will take care that those operators are doing their work correctly. Operators, normally what happens is they are very aged, 40 years, 50 years, and you are just 20, 22, will be getting there. You'll have to handle those kind of operators to get your work done. If you think you have that communication skills, if you think you can manage people well, you can do very well in production. First is compliance. Compliance means whatever is written in the BMR. BMR is a batch manufacturing record. It is a list of documents which you need to follow to manufacture a batch. If you can follow instructions very well, you can get into production. Second is attention to detail. To manufacture a batch, there is a very detailed document which has been prepared. If you get to the details, then only mistakes will be less. That is adaptability. Adaptability in the sense, different batches will have different manufacturing procedures. Some will be by direct compression, some will be by dry granulation, by wet granulation. Compression will be taking place, coating will be taking place, packaging will be taking place. So if you think you can adapt well, then production is for you. My purpose is not to make any of you afraid of any department. My purpose is to give the real life scenario. I have been into tech transfers, I've been into plants, I've worked very closely with the production people, and I think it is a very good department to start with after completion of B.Pharm. Next is quality assurance. If we segregate the daily life of you all, there will be some people who like to work at the lab. There will be some people who like to work on your desks, somewhat in the laptop. And there will be some who like to interact with people. So if you like to work at lab, this department is for you, production. But if you have a very keen interest in being at your desk, okay, you have a good hold of softwares, good hold of Microsoft Excel, MS Word, PPTs, then quality assurance for you. Quality assurance is for you. Quality assurance, there are various departments within quality assurance. One is IPQA, that is in process quality control. They work with the production people at the plant. Second is QMS, quality management systems. And quality management systems. So what happens is they take care of the harmonization. Harmonization means, what should I say? The procedures which will be carried out, it has to be seen from batch to batch, and location to location, that is done by the QMS. So if you have a good eye for analytical thinking, because what happens is QA people have to deal with the deviations. There will be mistakes done by the production personnel. So in layman terms, if I say QA is the watchdog of compliance, they see whether the production people are doing their work correctly or not. They have a very big responsibility. They need to oversee deviations. Okay, next question for the quiz. What is the full form of CAPA? C-A-P-A. Anyone? Yes, sir. But I would like to give the opportunity to the students, please. There was a... Heard from sir, or you were there before me? Okay. Communication skills. If you work in QA, your verbal communication and written communication should be very well. Because you have to prepare the BMRs for the production people. You have to write the instructions in clear and understandable language for the production people so that they can follow it. Third is decision making. There will be deviations caused by the production people, not knowingly, unknowingly, not intentionally, unintentionally. But you will have to handle those. You'll have to handle those very well. Because if anything comes, they are at audit. QA people are the ones standing at the front, dealing with the people who have come for the audit. So any deviation or any non-compliance has to be handled by the QA person. Third is quality control. There will be people who have very good hands at the practical work. If you are good at dispensing, if you are good at pipetting, if you know the calculations very well, ppm calculation, normality, molality, this department is for you. Because I remember still the first class in this. I was telling you all this. This was not auditorium before. When I had my first class in the same place, HS Maji sir was teaching us. The first class he took was on pharmaceutical analysis, and he taught us accuracy and precision. That I still remember today. That example of him using the goalpost for describing the accuracy, precision. So if you have an analytical hand, you are good at those calculations, you can check out quality control. Okay, this is a very sophisticated department. You will have to handle very sophisticated instruments such as HPLC, GC, dissolution apparatus, and people who have a very good hand at laboratory, you can go for this. Next is regulatory affairs. This is a very respected department within the pharmaceutical industry. Normally, I think B.Pharm people, it is very difficult for B.Pharm people to get in. The people who have done their masters in pharmaceutics can go there, pharmacology can go there, because this department deals with the guidelines. Quality assurance, this department deals within the premises of the campus. The regulatory affairs deal with the outside world. They are the bridge between the pharmaceutical industry and the regulatory bodies. Okay, third question. What is the regulatory body of Japan? Don't give a chorus answer. Please put your hands up. Please stand up. Please stand up. I did not hear it. JMPMA for Japan? I don't think so. Sorry. There, one boy I can see there. Yes? Correct. Please come. Okay, let's continue. Regulatory affairs. This department. Please silence, please.
Hey, stay.
Okay, regulatory affairs. This department is the bridge between the pharmaceutical industry and the regulatory bodies. So there are things which you need to keep in mind. If you have those qualities within you, you can excel in this department very well. First is adaptability, next is strategic thinking, and third is attention to detail. Adaptability in the sense that there are various governing bodies throughout the world, and each governing body has their different set of guidelines. So you need to know that guidelines very well. At Sun Pharma, what we do is, there are products which are developed for multiple markets. Okay. I will explain it in detail in the coming slides. There are products which are developed for several markets. So we go through the guidelines at first. So if we develop a formulation, that same formulation will be applicable for the Brazil market, for the US market, for the Europe market, or any other emerging market. So a separate formulation for that separate market or country needs not to be prepared. So there are matching the timeline is very easy for us. Next, in marketing and sales, there will be people who are thinking to go to marketing and sales to make their career. First is convincing power. If you have the convincing power, if you can sell your product very well, if your communication skills are very good, you can check out marketing and sales. It is a very good department. It is a department which gives us the capability to provide our medicines from the bench to the bedside. Next is self-motivation. You have often heard from your seniors also that marketing, there are targets which needs to be fulfilled. So you need to self-motivate yourself sometimes. So if you can do that very well, if you can achieve targets, marketing is possible. Third is collaboration. Collaboration is very important in marketing. There will be territories assigned to you. You'll have to collaborate with the other people and you have to get your job done on their behalf. So if you can do that, marketing is for you. This one is a very emerging department as of now, pharmacovigilance. Most of my fellow batchmates from B Pharm, they are working in pharmacovigilance at various companies such as TCS, Cognizant, Wipro. I know means you must have heard the names of. So it is a very patient-centric department. They mostly monitor the ADRs, and if you are very patient-centric, okay, you want to take care of the healthcare industry, and you are very good at pharmacology, you can check out this department, pharmacovigilance. Continuous learning, because what happens is in pharmacovigilance, it is basically phase 4 clinical trial. Okay, it is subjected to a very large population, and continuous monitoring is being carried out on the adverse drug reactions of the drug. So if you can have the mindset of learning continuously, this department is for you. Last is critical thinking. You have to think on your feet. There are multiple problems and you need to have a learning mindset so that you can get to the root cause analysis of any problem which is taking place. So if you can do that, pharmacovigilance is. Okay, last slide we discussed about R&D, and I told that in the subsequent slide I will be discussing about it in detail. So this is what research and development does. There are R&D is not one department. There are various departments within R&D. First one is API development. API, that is active pharmaceutical ingredient, which you all know from the day one of B Pharma. So if you do masters in pharmaceutical chemistry, medicinal chemistry, or pharmaceutical analysis, this department, doors to this department will open. The people who are very good at chemistry, medicinal chemistry, it was hardest for me during my college days, they have a very good opportunity in API development. Okay, and there are plants in India also, like Hetero, I and BG sir were just talking before the discussion. They are very good at manufacturing APIs, and they provide world-class APIs to the rest of the world. If you have a very good hand at medicinal chemistry and organic chemistry, you can pursue masters in pharmaceutical chemistry, medicinal chemistry, pharmaceutical analysis. And all these departments are completely relevant if you need to have a job in API development. Next is formulation research and development. This is the department I work in. Okay. M-Pharm Pharmaceutics is the most reliable department or most likely department which can get into formulation research and development. Out of all these departments, there is only one department, formulation research and development, where only M-Pharm Pharmaceutics students are allowed to enter. So your competition will be cut by around 75% if you pursue M-Pharm in pharmaceutics and go for formulation research and development. No other department can easily enter formulation research and development. There are other departments also, like not departments, streams such as industrial pharmacy and drug delivery. Very rare colleges are there which provide M-Pharm in these. They are also eligible, but it is quite difficult for them to enter. This one manufactures the API. This one means gives the doses form to the API, which API will be available in the form of tablets, which will be available in the form of capsules, syrup, suspension. It is done by the FRD team. Third is analytical research and development. They analyze the samples of API and formulation both. if you have done a MPharm in pharmaceutical analysis, it will be you'll be the most susceptible one to get into analytical research and development. It is also a very big growing department and evergreen department, and you can, if you have a hand, as I told, quality control, if you have a hand for practical work, then API research and analytical research and development is a very good department for you. If I connect the dots, what happens is formulation and research and development prepares the formulation, they tech transfer it to the plant, the production people keep manufacturing it till the end of time. Okay. Similarly, analytical research and development develops the analytical methods to test those formulations, and that is tech transferred to the plant till the end of time. They continue as quality control. Okay. Third one is last department over here is packaging development. Not many people focus on this department because they are not aware that they are eligible to go there. It is a very developing department, I can say. And after BPharm, if you go for MTech or MSc in packaging science or MPharm in pharmaceutics also, you can go for packaging development department. Okay. When we see a formulation that is there in the market, we see it as bottles, we see it as blisters. Both sometimes we can see the tablet from outside, sometimes we cannot see the tablet from outside. If we can see the tablet from outside, sometimes it will be colored, sometimes it will be transparent. So it is the job of the packaging development department to harmonize that and suggest the best packaging which will be followed on so that the product meets its shelf life. Okay, it is stable for the expiry till the expiry date, which has been mentioned on that. Let's ask some questions. Okay. Beer's Lambert's law, everyone knows. Okay. What is the limitation of Beer's and Lambert's law? No chorus answer, please. Limitation of Beer's law, Lambert's law. There is only one limitation. Anyone? Anyone please can help this please? I expected an answer. Anyways, yes. Huge round of applause for him, please. Lambert's law has only one limitation. If the concentration is very high, the sample absorbance will fluctuate. Normally we take an absorbance of less than 1. Up to 1.2 it is also acceptable. But greater than that, if the concentration is higher, then there will be fluctuation and we need to further dilute the sample. Okay. This is my department. This is all I have to do around the year. This is formulation and research and development. This is the heart of product development. It all starts from the project initiation form. Okay, anyone interested in formulation, research and development, please be attentive. This is a starting. This is where the project starts. This is what you tell kickoff. There is a business development team which gives us a project initiation form. They assess that which products patent will expire and for which we need to manufacture and generate within the stipulated time of 1 year or 2 years. So this is where everything starts. It is given by the business development department, as I told. MBA graduates. Next is literature survey. Literature survey is just like net practice. We are given a time of around 1 to 2 months to learn about that API, to learn about that formulation which is already present within the market, to learn its physico-chemical properties, everything. 1 or 2 months goes into this. This is in this slide, innovator info, patent evaluation and bioequivalence requirement. These things are taken care of. We study about the active pharmaceutical ingredient, about the formulation, about the packaging. We carry out tests on the innovator. Okay, the dissolution of that assay. There are various tests. Third step is pre-formulation studies. Pre-formulation, you all have heard of. It is there in the syllabus only. So in pre-formulation studies, physico-chemical profiling is done. API properties, micromeritics, and DEC studies. Drug excipient compatibility studies. In these studies, we are preparing before formulation everything which needs to be studied, and what type of formulation we can manufacture, and what will be the steps, what will be the ingredients that will be used to manufacture that particular formulation, and what will be the steps that will be carried out to manufacture that. This one is formulation optimization. Once we have developed a prototype formula, we fine tune the formulation as per our requirements. Analytical testing is carried out, and there are changes in the formulation as per our requirement. Suppose their hardness is not coming, so we increase the binder. The granules are not flowing properly, we increase the lubricant, vice versa. Okay. Next is process optimization. After formula has been finalized, the process needs to be optimized, which will be followed by the production people to manufacture them. Okay. There are various equipments which are used to manufacture a formulation. Rapid mixer granulator, fluidized bed evaporator. So the parameters of those particular machines are taken care of, and this process optimization is done. Next is stability study. Okay, we have got everything right. What will happen to that particular formulation when it is kept as 40 degrees Celsius at 75% related humidity for 6 months? We cannot predict. Okay, so stability studies are equally important, because intact tablet, after just manufacturing, you will not give to the patient. It has to cross so many channels and reach to the patient. So this stability of 40-75, it depends on the country also. So stability studies is carried out. Next is technology transfer. After we have results, after we have received satisfactory results for the stability studies for a period of at least 6 months, we technology transfer it to the site, so that site can manufacture it in their own responsibility. Okay, those batches which were manufactured in R&D, they were all for study purpose. None of it goes to the patient, because as per guidelines, it has to be manufactured at the GMP area, good manufacturing practices, not GLP area, good laboratory practices. At R&D, we are just studying, and we are developing the prototype. It gets transferred to the technology transfer in the site for the technology transfer. Then happens the BE studies. That is the main test of the formulation. Bioequivalence studies. The innovator and the generic, which you have prepared side by side, they are given for clinical trials. That is the first time the formulation goes into the human body. Before that, only chemical testing was carried out. So in bioequivalence studies, there is a range about 80 to 125%. We have to lie within that. Then only bioequivalence studies are called passed. If it fails, start from zero again. Okay, that is very critical for the formulation scientists. After completion of bioequivalence studies, there is regulatory filing. Regulatory filing is done for the country to the regulatory body where we are thinking to export our drug. There are various governing bodies, just like someone said, PMDA for Japan. What is the regulatory body for United Kingdom? There, someone said. United Kingdom. UK. Yes. Yes, correct. Please come on. Now the regulatory filing is complete. All the necessities that are given by the regulatory body, they are completed, and then we finally launch the product. Product launch is when it goes from the manufacturing site into the market. That is when the one thing I missed during the regulatory filing, when the documents are sent to the regulatory body, there are various queries by the regulatory body, which the formulation people along with the RA people have to address. Only after that the approval is given. So the last step is product launch. That is when success takes place. Before that, everything is under development. Now you have seen that what are the tasks done by the formulation scientists. Now I want to share the skill set which is required to get into FR&D. Okay, it is not an easy task. So there are certain skills which you need to fulfill, which you need to develop as a M.Pharm pharmaceutics students also, or any M.Pharm, to get into formulation research and development. First are the technical skills, foundational formulation knowledge. You should be very much clear with your concepts. Okay, basic concepts of pharmaceutics, pharmaceutical technology, pharmaceutical analysis, as these are very collaborative departments. So you need to be very much in depth about your studies. Next is laboratory operations. Your laboratory hand should be very good, because you will be the one who will be manufacturing a certain formulation. You will be the one who will be mixing the ingredients with each other at various steps. So your laboratory hand should be very good. Third is basic analytical understanding. There are various techniques, HPLC, GC, FTIR, Carl-Fisher apparatus. You need to know the basic principle of these and which test you need to conduct at which stage to know that you are heading in the right direction. Okay. Next are regulatory awareness. This GXP is a very versatile thing. This stands for GMP also, GLP also, GDP also, GCP also. Laboratory, documentation, manufacturing, clinical, everything goes into this GXP. And regulatory fundamentals. What are the basic requirements of a particular regulatory body? Those need to be fulfilled. Okay. Everyone has heard the name of ICH guidelines. Okay. What is the ICH guideline for elemental impurities? Anyone? There are various, no? Q1, S1, M1, E1. All elemental impurities. Anyone knows the guideline? Number of the guideline? Please don't Google anybody. I don't expect that. Be honest. No issues. Okay. Nitrosamine impurities everyone has heard of, right? You are पहले ही हाथ उठा रहे हो तो nitrosamine impurities. Any one strategy to combat nitrosamine impurities? Anyone? Any one strategy? What we can do so that nitrosamine impurities are eliminated or combated? Anything? Yes. To control the concentration of. Yes. Whoever's name I'm hearing, I think they are connected with me on Facebook. This might be a coincidence, but that is so. Nitrosamine impurities I was getting. This is a very important topic in pharma. Okay. There are various things we can do to prevent a formulation so that nitrosamine impurities are not generated. Okay. First one is there are various excipients which are low nitrite content. What happens is nitrosamine impurities are generally found in excipients which are from animal origin. There are excipients which have to have means which come from animal origin, which are what should I say, irreplaceable in pharma, such as magnesium stearate, such as microcrystalline cellulose, okay, such as cross carbonyl sodium used as a disintegrator, MCC used as a binder, microcrystalline cellulose used as a binder, magnesium stearate used as a lubricant. So these come from animal origin, and they have to undergo various processes for their refining. Okay, so there are various excipients manufactured by various companies which are low nitrite content. If we use those, there are chances which means we can control the nitrosamine. Second is elevated temperatures. If the temperature of the formulation is very high during the processing, it may lead to nitrosamine impurities. So if you control the temperature, if we keep it to a lower side, so nitrosamine impurities can be controlled by that also. Third is nitrite, which he told. If the concentration of the nitrites within the formula is reduced, so the overall concentration of the nitrosamine impurities will get reduced. We all know that nitrosamines are very much cytotoxic, genotoxic, and the lower limit is only 26.5 nanograms. Higher limit is 96 nanograms. So we have to have that much control over our formulation. And this nitrosamine impurity, it is a basic requirement of US FDA in order to approve a drug. Okay. I want all of you, whoever is interested to go into R&D, to have a look into this and prepare this well. I don't think it is a part of the curriculum, but it is part of the present scenario which is taking place at the pharmaceutical industry. Okay. Third is, okay, we heard about the regulatory fundamentals, QBD and DOE. QBD stands for? For us answer. Yes.
Quality by design.
Quality by design. And DOE stands for? Design of experiment. Yes. These are very important in order to manufacture a formulation, because we do not have 10 years of time to go into the generic market. We just have a few months, few years, and in that time if we go for hit and try, we are doing something and it is not working, again we are doing something. We do not have that much of time. That is where quality by design and design of experiment come into place. Means there is a design space which is created by intermingling of the excipients, that which one will work out for us the best in the shortest period of time. Third is basic regulatory submissions. Okay, these are the same point basically. Regulatory fundamentals is different, regulatory submission is different. Regulatory fundamentals are the guidelines which we need to follow. Regulatory submissions are the prerequisites by the regulatory bodies which we need to address in order to export our formulation to that particular market. This is equally important. Mindset and soft skills. Curiosity to learn. If you get into R&D, one thing I want to make you clear is that every week at least you need to dedicate 2 to 3 hours taking out time from your particular schedule to study. Okay, if you have that curiosity to learn, study. I'm not talking about a syllabus. There will be changes. The pharmaceutical industry is very dynamic. There will be changes taking place at every step, and you will have to be updated with all those. Okay, so if you have the curiosity to learn and you can dedicate time, I'm not telling every day. Okay, one thing I would like to recollect, that there was a teacher in our college, Moyuk sir. Moyuk sir used to teach us remedial biology, I think, yes. And he used to take our classes, and one thing he used to say, that this will be very shocking for you all. If you want to, if you don't want backlog and you don't want to top, you want to remain somewhere in the center of the batch, you don't need to study every day. You don't need to study every week. Just study that day before internal exams and a month before semester exams. Start studying. I'm not suggesting this to any one of you, but that thing hit me. Okay, and I followed the same thing during the BCom days, and I did not get a backlog in any of marks were somewhere. But you need to pay attention in your class every day, day in and day out. Okay, that is very important. Your teachers have the clear picture of the whole syllabus. And what they are teaching you, they have boiled everything and evaporated the excess solvent from the syllabus. After that, they are giving you the extract. So if you keep your mind open during the class, there are some students there checking their phones and all. I don't recommend this during the class. Keep your eyes open, keep your mind open, and grab everything that is taking place in the class. Okay, so the stairs will be easier. Otherwise, you will start from zero when you open your books for the first time. So it will be very difficult for you to decode what is taking place. Okay. Precision and adaptability. Precision in the sense that whatever you do, it has to be accurate. It has to be precise. At Sun Pharma, what happens is we are told that timelines are not that important as your work is. If you are doing something today, suppose there are 10 steps, you don't need to complete all 10 today only. You do only 2 or 3. But that should be done in the best possible manner. So that today when you start, tomorrow when you start, you don't have to start from zero. You'll start from step 4. You don't have to go to step number 1 again. Okay. Third is collaboration and communication. What happens is analytical research and development, regulatory affairs, formulation, these are very much interrelated departments. And we need to collaborate with everybody. Okay, so if you have the collaboration power and communication skills, written and verbal, you can do very well at formulation research and development. Now let's suppose you got entered into formulation research and development. So these are the skills which will be important for you to get there. Next is how to succeed as a FRD scientist. These are some of the things which you will be needing in the long term, such as creativity and innovation. There will be n number of problems with your formulation. Sometimes the dissolution will not match. Sometimes your product quality is not up to the mark during stability. Initial stages it was there. So you have to be creative and you have to be innovative in order to combat those formulations. Okay, so if you have that kind of thinking, okay, that you can learn from your mistakes, do your work well, and innovate later on, then you can very much succeed as a FRD scientist in the long run. Next is problem solving. As I told, I don't think this I need to elaborate this. Reading every week, as I told you all. Digital, okay. The lab notebooks which you are using day to day, formulation scientists use that on daily basis. Every practical we are conducting, it has to be documented. Each step needs to be documented, but not in physical laboratory notebooks. There are eLNBs, electronic laboratory notebooks, which are given to us, which we access and in which we record the data. So if you have a good hand at the computer and you can use your phone well, okay, you can get into this. Collaboration, as I told, adaptability, writing skills. What the formulation person does is prepare the master formula record. From that master formula record, the production people prepare the batch manufacturing record, which is done at the plant. Okay, this is a one document. There are many other documents, impurities, so guidelines and all, not guidelines, various reports which need to be prepared. So if you have good writing skills and you can express yourself in simple words, so that anybody who will be reading that can interpret it well, you can do this. Numeracy, okay, and communication. Numeracy is the interpretation of data. Okay, suppose you have a analytical report from the HPLC team, and you need to interpret it. So you must have that basic knowledge that what happens in the HPLC, so that you can interpret your data and how your batch has performed. Okay, so these are the skill sets. To become a FRD scientist, these are the skill set required to thrive as a FRD scientist. Now, if you get to the career potential of formulation research and development, There will be various positions will be from which you will be starting your career. You can become a formulation scientist, you can become a technology transfer associate or a process development associate. Formulation scientist is the one who develops the formula and the process. Okay. This technology transfer, they are the bridge between the plant and the R&D. They are the people with whom we have worked in close collaboration. And okay. Third is process development associate. They also work at the plant, and they are responsible for the process part, not the formulation part. If we go to the industry demand, there are various domains in pharma and biotech and CRO. CRO stand for contract research organizations, in which you can get entry into advanced therapy areas such as biotechnological sectors, biosimilars, NDDS, okay, which you all be studying in pharma. And emerging markets. Emerging markets are the ones which are not regulated, but there are various domestic companies which do not go for the USFDA or the EU GMP because the guidelines are very much strict. But there are domestic companies which go for the emerging markets, which are the South African countries also. So the guidelines are not much stricter in those cases, and entry into those is very easy. Career path. In formulation research and development, you start as a research scientist. After having relevant experience, you can get promoted to senior research scientist. And after completion of a tenure as a senior research scientist, you can become a research manager. Research scientist is the one who carries out the practical work. Documentation work is quite lesser. Senior research scientist, documentation part is more in that case. Laboratory work is a bit lesser. And research manager is the person responsible for the overall product development, overall timeline, everything. And once you get into formulation research and development, you can still at the later stages of your career go to regulatory affairs or project management as a career. Okay. Okay. Key strategies and tools implemented at Sun Pharma. F2F stands for first to file. After completion of that patent, which we were talking about, the first company that files the generic version of that product may get a market exclusivity. Market exclusivity is a period of 6 months after completion of that patent, in which only one manufacturer from the generic market is allowed to manufacture that particular innovative drug. So this is a time for the companies to earn the highest. So if these are the key strategies which Sun Pharma implements to remain ahead of the competition. Next is QBD and DOE. As I told that hit and trial, we do not have that much of time. If there are softwares which can do our work on our behalf and prioritize our work and reduce our timelines, that is the best approach to go. Third one is PAT tools. I don't think many of you must have heard of this. This stands for Process Analytical Technology. I must have said some teachers who have worked in the pharmaceutical industry. What used to happen earlier was production completes its complete manufacturing, then the samples go to quality control. After quality control, the analysis is complete, reports comes to production department, it is being checked by the quality assurance people, and the batch continues. Suppose granulation is done and the critical process parameter is LOD, so that goes for analysis and that comes back. But in PAT, what happens? Real-time monitoring is being done. Suppose a blend is prepared, blend uniformity test needs to be conducted at quality control, so the production unit stops there and there, that if the blend is uniform, then only we will carry out comparison. But in PAT, it is a technology in which real time we can see through NMR that our blend is uniform or not. We do not need to wait for the quality control people to give a certification that our blend is okay. We can carry out to comparison. So that timeline which was required in order to complete the batch, it gets reduced by almost half. Okay, AI and ML. At Sun Pharma, we are implementing various technologies in with respect to artificial intelligence and machine learning, due to which our timeline gets reduced. For an example, drug excipient compatibility studies, you all must have heard the name of. In drug excipient compatibility studies, related substances has been checked out. Okay, so there is a software known as PharmDE, PHARMDE, drug excipient, in which we can input the excipient with which we need to check that our API is compatible or not. So we do not need to prepare samples and wait for 4075 open, means it is normally a 1 month study. After that analysis is taking place. So the timeline is being reduced very much. Please allow me a break for 2 minutes.
হচ্ছে কি হলো এই বস পড়ে যাও
Please be attentive, students. This was all the work I have done, but the next slides are for you all. What you need to do. Okay. GPAT and NIPER. I don't think I need to address this as much. If you qualify GPAT, there will be a number of opportunities you will go we get through, like admission to top informed colleges, monthly stipend of 12,000 rupees for 24 months, stronger resume for job applications, preference in PhD admissions. If you are not thinking to go for masters, I will still suggest you to go for GPAT. Qualify GPAT, get the rank card, and if you do not want to go for masters also, the moment you apply for job and you have a GPAT rank card, the person evaluating you will know that you have a good technical knowledge, good technical foundation. So that will be very much advantageous for you, even if you don't want to go for higher studies. Okay. And if you go for, if you talk about NIPER is the IIT of pharma. Okay. If a person has qualified NIPER and has done his masters from NIPER, so what happens is when we do M.Pharm from any other college, that is master in pharmaceutical technology. But if a person does his masters from NIPER, it is called MS.Pharm, master in science of pharmaceutical technology. So that is an internationally valid degree. Okay, as PD ma'am was saying, Sayuti D was there. She has done her masters from Australia. That degree is called MS.Pharm. Anyone doing masters from NIPER? MS.Pharm. Equivalent degree with greater, what should I say, face value. Because NIPERs, as I told, are the IITs of pharma. If you can get to NIPER, then the doors will be open for you to have a successful career ahead. It will be very easy. Okay. Top tier education, excellent placement opportunities. Okay. I follow the LinkedIn page of NIPER Mohali, and I've seen that from the past 3 years they are providing 100% placement. NIPER Mohali is, in my knowledge, is the best institute of pharma as of now in India. There are other colleges also like IIT BHU, DIPSAR, Jamia Hamdard. Okay, BITS, BIT Misra. Okay, if possible, if you have the credibility, if you have the caliber, get into these colleges and do your masters. Third is world-class research infrastructure. I had a conversation with my fellow employee when I asked him regarding the instruments they have at NIPER. I was surprised to know that they have some instruments which even Sun Pharma R&D does not have at Gurgaon location, like the XRD, X-ray diffraction, okay, FTIR. So that kind of infrastructure they get at NIPER, and it is very important to know if you have means it is very easy for them if they have a hands-on experience of those on those instruments. Third is last is international degree validation, as I told. So in conclusion, I would like to say that be serious about your studies. If possible, go for GPAT. If possible, go for NIPER. If you are not able to do so, you can still get a very good job. I was not able to qualify for the GPAT. I was not able to qualify for the NIPER. Okay. One thing I want to make clear from before starting this slide, this is, I'm not here to promote any coaching center. I'm not here to promote any YouTube channel. Okay. It happens to be that one of my fellow colleagues is from NIPER Mohali, and he teaches at an institute called Pharma Minds. Okay. So out of professionalism, I have just included this slide into my presentation. Okay. Pharma Minds is a YouTube channel and a coaching center, which you can check out if you are interested in this. They have a very diverse portfolio, like only coaching center having all GPAT and NIPER qualified tutors, 5 years of track record, direct contact with faculties on WhatsApp, track record of 5,000 plus students, and mentors who have scored single digit ranks in NIPER JEE, AIR 1, AIR 7, AIR 3. So you can get very much good coaching from them. Okay, I'm not telling go for paid coaching or anything, but you can still check out their YouTube channel. Some of the content is free on their YouTube channels. Okay, these slides are for you all. Okay, becoming industry ready. What you all need to do in order to stand apart from the crowd. Okay, these are all interview tips. Okay, which I follow, which I will recommend all you to follow. First is resume building. Till your resume building, what happens is there are some students who have shared their resumes to me also. What happens is they use very flashy colors. Okay, bright green, red, yellow. Your resume should be boring. Okay, your resume should have very much basic colors: black, white, blue. That's all. You don't need to insert a photograph into your resume. You don't need to give a declaration at the end of their resume that all the above facts are best to the correct to the best of my knowledge. No need to do all that. Resume should be one page, and it should be clear. It should convey the message to the interviewer. Okay, highlight hands-on experience. As I was telling, get any experience you can get and highlight that in your resume, because that will set you apart from the crowd. Third is add relevant certifications. There are many portals available online: Swayam, Coursera, okay, LinkedIn Learning. Go for those and get certified. Get certified in the sense that if you are mentioning that on your resume, you should be able to answer those questions which will be asked from that certification also. It's just not that you will go and have a certification, assign that, mention that on your resume, but when you're asked about anything about that, you are unable to answer. That should not be the case. Second is interview tips. First is understand the role. Any job you apply for, there will be a job description. Read that carefully and assess your knowledge according to that what questions might be asked. Okay, brush up core concepts. There is no running away from pharma. You will have to know the concepts and you will have to be on your tips to answer those. That is, know your resume. Anything you mention on that resume, you must be very much clear about that. Okay, just a small instance. When I was applying here at Sun Pharma, I mentioned in my resume that I play chess. Okay, so they asked me what is castling. Okay, so if I mentioned that I play chess and I don't know about castling, then I am what should I say, promoting something or mentioning something which I don't know. Okay, so the interviewer will supposedly think that you are dishonest. You are just bluffing things in order to get there. So that should not be the case. This stand out as a fresher. Professional online presence. How many of you have a LinkedIn profile? Many of you have. How many of you have a very much updated LinkedIn profile, a professional one? Okay, one person I can see here. Two people. Okay, one thing I would say that at the end of the seminar, please come and meet me. I will review your LinkedIn profile. Okay, and I will suggest you that please share those tips to your fellow batchmates as well. Okay, this is means purely out of the knowledge I have. I would like you all to implement also. Create a LinkedIn profile today. I created my LinkedIn profile when I lost my job at Jubilant. I want you all to create a LinkedIn profile today. Be active on LinkedIn. Create a professional profile. Okay, give a summary on the top. Highlight your experiences and be active on LinkedIn as you all are on Facebook and Instagram. It is very important. Okay, there are HR personnels on LinkedIn who are searching for professionals, and there are you people who are searching for jobs. LinkedIn was not this much present a decade ago, but it is the best hands you can get out. It is the best option you can get. Okay, create your LinkedIn profile and update it accordingly, and I would suggest that follow the pages which you want to do a job at, and get to know the people who work there. Try to connect with them and take suggestions from them. Don't be annoying. Means जैसे सुबह उठ के रोज मैसेज कर दिया सर कि इंटरव्यू है क्या पढ़ना है ऐसे. Okay, don't be annoying, but still you can get insights from them and apply them. Okay. What I did during my masters was, there was a senior, Ornov Singhodevla, and he's a very good guide. We talk on regular basis, once in 1 month or two. He guided me for that interview at Jubilant when I was a student. Okay. And those tips, they were priceless. There was no ChatGPT, and Google does not have that capability too. But those tips which he provided me, the topics which he told me to study, they were instrumental in shaping my career. Okay. And I want you all to get, means everyone does not that have kind of a mentor, but LinkedIn can do that. There are pages which will give you insights about what is the current industry trend. Okay. Next is willingness to learn. Whatever question you face during the interview, there are sometimes some students who say that, okay, there will be suppose 30-20 questions, and the interviewee says that, sorry sir, I don't know the answer. This should not be the approach. Okay, diversify it like, I don't know the answer correctly, but I will learn it. Okay, I don't know the exact answer, but this can be the path there. Okay, show the willingness to learn to the interviewees. That will be very much beneficial in whatever department you want to go for. Third is demonstrate ethics. Look, the interviewer who will be sitting there has a minimum experience of 10 years. That is why they are sitting there as an interviewer. So if you try to bluff things, they will know at that exact moment that you don't know the answer and you're trying to bluff. So be honest during your interviews, and if you don't know anything, or you be honest and say that I don't know. Okay? Don't be dishonest. That gives a negative impression on the interviewer. This is a cover letter. I don't think many of you will be having that before your resume. A cover letter is a emotional interaction between a interviewee and a HR personnel. Cover letter, I want you all to go to home and check it, what is a cover letter, and prepare it before your resume. And anywhere if they ask for cover letter, send it mandatorily. It is the emotional connection between you and the HR personnel that why you should get the job. If there is a job opening online or offline, whatever, walk-in also, there will be at least 100 candidates who will be competing with you. So this cover letter sets you apart from the crowd. That is the emotional connection between you and the HR personnel, that why you should get the job and what you can provide for the company. Applicant tracking system. I don't think this will be known by any of you. Okay. When we do shopping at any e-commerce website, there are filters, price range, 1000 to 2000, size, suppose you buy your t-shirt M. Okay. So applicant tracking system is the filter by which the HR personnel filters your resumes. Okay. There are certain resumes which provide their what I was saying, the flashy colors and very much percentage discipline 75%. Okay, time management 90%. How can you assess that in percentage? Your discipline and your time management. Do not do anything like that. There are certain keywords in a resume which the applicant tracking system extracts and compiles in an Excel. Okay, that what is the job description? What are the things that a person should have? Any previous experience is there or not? That is, in that manner, it ranks the resumes, and the ones that will be there at the top, they will be prioritized. Okay, so this applicant tracking system is very important nowadays because there are the HR personnel do not have the time to read every resume. So if your resume can get into the applicant tracking system, it will be easy for you to get. Don't use these percentages or not. Use certain keywords. Highlight your experiences. Highlight your educational background. Okay, in that manner you can bypass this ATS system. Otherwise, it will not go into that list only. This is normally implemented by the Fortune 500 companies. The top 500 companies in pharma implement this system. Okay, out of that, at least 100 will be there from pharma. Top 500 companies implement that in India, out of that which 100 will be from pharma. Now, next is the recommendation, certifications and learning platforms. I told you BPharm or MPharm is not enough as of now. There will be certain courses, add-on skills which you need to undergo in order to stand out from the crowd. There are certain online platforms like World Health Organization, e-learning, Coursera, Swayam. Okay, LinkedIn Learning. Swayam is an Indian portal only. They provide various courses and all are free of cost, but it adds value to your resume. Any department you want to go. Next are technical certifications on GXP, ICH guidelines, and biostatistics. Third one is the soft skills, MS Word, MS Excel, and PowerPoint. You have to have a very much good hold on MS Excel, Advanced Excel, and not only PowerPoint, presentation skills. Okay, these will set you apart from the crowd. Okay, you got the job. Now what next? These are the communication and workplace etiquettes which you need to follow. The mistakes which the freshers normally do. Every person normally does, and I also did, which you should not do if you get a job at the starting of the career. Okay. First is communication. You should have a straightforward language. You should actively listen to your seniors with full attention. Third is know your position. What is your job description? What are the responsibilities which are burden on you, and what you need to carry out on daily basis. Hierarchical system. Okay. Next is workplace conduct. Email etiquette. Whatever email you put on, it has to be in professional manner, and at the end there should be thanks or regards and who sent that mail. Okay. These things are not that important, but are important once you get there. Next is punctuality. Punctuality in the sense, the deadline which is given to you, are you able to complete within that time or not? There will be instances when you will not be able to complete them, but there has to be a particular reason behind it. College life and industry are very different. Okay. I still remember when during my masters, we were given a deadline that by, suppose today is 7th August, by 7th August you need to send your something like presentation or a Word document on a certain topic. So I was there sitting at night 11:59 p.m. Okay, the date is 7th only. Later on, teachers changed it to 4 p.m. because we were doing so. So that should not be the case. Punctuality means it should be understandable. Okay, and you should be on time to reach your office. These are not very important. Let it be. Last is hierarchy awareness. Who reports to whom? You report to whom? He reports to whom? This is the hierarchy which is there at the industry. So suppose there is a problem, go and talk to your immediate senior, not to the VP of the plant. Okay, that should be the approach. Last is personal grooming. Stay curious. Industry, if you can learn very well, you can grow very well. And for that learning, you have to be curious. If you cannot do that, you won't be able to succeed in the long term. Be organized. Whichever place you work, at the lab or at the desk, that place should be neat and clean and should be demonstrable to anyone entering into their premises. Last is avoid gossip. Avoid gossip in the sense is there will be various instances that what should I say? There will be seniors who will be saying something behind their seniors' back. Okay, so you do not have to indulge on those things at the starting of their career. Okay, in that way, you will be what should I say? I want to say that don't indulge on these things. Do your work, get paid, go home. Okay, be loyal to your work, whatever you do, but never be loyal to your organization. Okay, I know this is shocking. Be loyal to your work, but don't be loyal to your organization. Strategically change your company or your department. Look at the highest level which you can achieve in the starting or initial phases of your career. Later on, you can think of stability. Okay. There are still some chocolates. Let me ask some questions. Okay. Who is the CEO of the Indian MNC Lupin Limited? There is a reason I asked this question, if anyone gets to answer this. Okay. Founder of Biocon. I can't hear you, please. Sorry.
Biocon.
Biocon.
সার্চ করা
Come on.
কিরণ মজুমদার নাকি
I hope you didn't Google it or something. Everyone's feeling hungry or what?
Yes.
Okay. So the reason I asked this question was Kiran Mazumdar, she's a woman, and the founder of Lupin also, she's a woman. This is Vinita Gupta. There will be some girls who will be thinking that industry is not made for them. I request all of you, do not have that mentality in mind. Okay, the person who is sitting there at Sun Pharma R&D, head of formulation research and development, is a woman, Dr. Romi Singh. Okay, she did her P.Pharm from IIT BHU, M.Pharm from IIT BHU, PhD from IIT BHU. Okay, if she can do that, and the founder of Biocon also is a woman, and the CEO of Lupin also is a woman. So do not think that you are a girl and you cannot go to industry and you cannot perform well. I have seen many of my colleagues do much better than the male counterpart. Okay, there are various departments which you can explore. Normally what happens is girls have a very good handwriting and they can keep documents very well. So I will suggest you all to go into quality assurance or quality control. Okay, and please give your best. Okay, Indian Pharmacopoeia, everyone has heard the name of. Where is the headquarters of Indian Pharmacopoeia? Yes. Very good. This is the second answer, I think. Sure, sure. Okay. What is the volume of a single drop of water? Anyone? Yes, yes. Correct. I'm just 3 years older than you all, okay? Okay, USP General Chapter for Dissolution. Okay. USP General Chapter for Dissolution. Number of the chapter. Who is the current DCGI? Drug Controller General of India. Limit of friability for uncoated tablets, we all know.
Rajiv Singh was once
1%. Limit of friability for uncoated tablets, we all know it should not be not more than 1%. What is the limit of friability for film coated tablets? Yes? No, that is for uncoated tablets. I am asking for film coated tablets. Coated tablets. Yes? No, that is for uncoated tablets. Uncoated tablets, it is 1.6% for film coated tablets. So I'll give a hint. It is a trick question. क्या একটা आंसर दिलो क्यों কিছু बोलना কে হাত তুলো স্ট্যান্ড আপ হয় না film coated tablets এর friability check হয় না Okay. Any question from anybody? One thing I'd like to say that the person asking the best question will get a different gift, a better gift. Okay. So I will encourage you all to ask any question. Please.
As a senior, what is your suggestion to take salary for freshers in pharmaceutical industry.
Okay. Which department are you thinking of?
Production department or business department? Mainly industry. Pharmaceutical industry all over the pharmaceutical.
After B.Pharm?
Yes, sir.
After B.Pharm, see, you have to do one thing. You have to research how, please sit down. You have to do one thing. Look for the companies which are top 10. Apply there. The companies which are already established, they can provide a better package, okay, than the emerging companies. The emerging companies' workload is also very much higher. Established countries' workload is not that much higher. Go for the belts in India. Go to Sikkim, go to Hyderabad, or go to Ahmedabad. There are many companies, okay, who hire professionals after B.Pharm for production department. In terms of salary, if you speak, I will suggest quality assurance is a better department. Okay, and within quality assurance, corporate quality assurance is a best department. Best department in the sense, corporate quality assurance takes place in companies which for a company which has many plants, they harmonize the practices within the premises or of those plants. So it has a very good growth opportunities and good package after B.Pharm. Pharmacovigilance is also a very good sector which you can explore, because there are many companies in Kolkata only. You won't have to move very much away from your home, and there are companies within which you can switch. The best part of pharmacovigilance is that they provide work from home also. Okay, R&D, it is not possible at all. Even during COVID, I was there working at Jubilant. Okay, so I hope that answers. Welcome. Anyone else? If anyone else is not asked for this.
Sir, how can you manage any problem during scale up? You are in FR&D, so you have to scale up the pilot batch to
Yes.
in large scale. So if any problem occurs there, so how can you manage that?
Thank you for asking that. Okay. What happens is, at the plant scale, we are manufacturing batches of very small quantity. Suppose we are making Maggi and it is for only 2 people. It turns out to be very good. Then we are making Maggi for suppose 20 people. You have put in the same amount of ingredients, but the taste is not that good. Okay. Same thing happens at R&D. At R&D, we have smaller machines, and that needs to be tech transferred to the plant during scale up. So there are various calculations which go. Okay, suppose there is 10 gram Maggi masala or 100 gram of Maggi. Same thing, same proportion will not be applicable for 100 kg Maggi and 100 gram Maggi masala. So there are certain formulas, scale-up formulas, which are implemented in order to make that. And those problems, you have to think on your toes. You are the person standing there with relevant experience in past. What I said, you have to learn from your mistakes. Some problem occurred at some plant, you have to keep that in mind, how that was tackled. And same thing you have to apply here. That is where our price comes out. Okay? Thank you. Anyone else? Yes?
How does the patent system helps or harms in developing the life-saving drugs?
Patent system. Okay. These are very good questions that students are asking. What happens is, see, I would not, please, the patents are disadvantages also, advantages also. In case of life-saving drugs, what happens? If the patent is not expired, the monopoly is still there in the market, and the innovator company is manufacturing at a very high cost to recover their expenses which they spent 15 years ago for the life cycle development of that particular drug. But when it comes to generics, everyone is there in the race. So in case of life-saving drugs, it is very disadvantageous for the normal people to have a branded drug. When the patent expires, see that they are also correct in their own terms because they have invested that amount to prepare that, okay, to get that into the market. But it is disadvantageous for the common people for that tenure of time. Okay, thank you. Sir? Yes, yes. Please. Please stand up. Yes, sir. Yes, a very good point put up by you, sir. There are certain times that certain governments dissolve that patent for the welfare of the people. Like I remember there is an example of Cipla. Cipla, what happened? It was a medicine for AIDS, I think, and it was manufactured by a foreign company, which they were selling at a very high cost, 10,000 rupees per tablet, back when Cipla was just emerging. And what the founder of Cipla did, Mr. Hame, he wrote a letter to the President of India, Prime Minister of India back then, Indira Gandhi, that people are not able to live because of the high cost of the medicine. I can make that drug and I can sell that at 100 rupees. Okay, so Indira Gandhi, what she did was requested them to remove that patent, and Cipla manufactured that drug, and people were able to get that drug, so that AIDS did not become a pandemic here in India at 100 rupees. Innovator was 10,000 rupees at that time. Yes, someone asked a question.
Sir, what are the biggest gaps that you think between what we are taught in academics and what we can expect in the industry, so that the ones who are planning to visit the industry can expect and can start to
See, the root is here only. I have not learned anything different. Please sit down. I have not learned anything different at the industry whose roots are not here at the college. Anything. Okay. So I know there is a gap. Okay. And the industry and institutes need to collaborate within themselves. If that gap is allowed or dissolved, then professionals can easily get into industry and make their career very well. Okay. Anyone else? Before ending this seminar, I would like to thank respected principal sir for giving me the opportunity to come here back to my alma mater and guide the future healthcare professionals. Thank you, Soumya ma'am, for coordinating this seminar so well. And before concluding, I would like to thank, special vote of thanks to Paramita ma'am. I remember. Please let me finish. When I was going for that internship at Jubilant, you must have seen that was the first time that Industry Institute I back in 2021, November 23rd, I remember. The college was very hesitant, acceptably hesitant to send me out. Okay. They were very much hesitant to give the NOC for me to go for that internship. And she was there, standing between me and the industry. She was the bridge between me and the industry. She convinced principal sir and my guide at that time to allow me to move. She put up her faith in me, and she put up the example of previous students who have done an institute type. They have done their masters from IIT Kharagpur as well. She put up that example, and principal sir and my guide were finally agreed to allow me to go for the internship. And that internship changed the graph. Otherwise, I don't know where I would have landed after completion of my M.Pharm. Thank you, ma'am. Okay, that's all for you. One thing. of you have immense capability within yourselves. Don't let that fire go out. Okay? This institute has very much improved both in terms of infrastructure and in the performance of the students in the entrance exams, overall result also. Okay, all the best all of you. I will see you at the top.
Students, please be seated. Please maintain a good tone. Thanks, Mola, for such an informative session. We look forward for more such sessions in future. Now, I would like to request Mrs. Trisha Chatterjee, Assistant Professor, Department of Pharmaceutics, to deliver the vote of thanks.
It is an honor and privilege to deliver the vote of thanks on behalf of our college, Bengal School of Technology, and the BST Pharma Alumni Association for this special occasion. First and foremost, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to our distinguished alumnus, Mr. Mola Gorai, for taking time out of his busy schedule to join us today and deliver an enriching session on decoding the path to pharmaceutical industry. Your insights, drawn from your more than 3 years of experience in pharmaceutical industry, especially your current role in research, scientist in formulation research and development division at Sun Pharma, were both insightful and eye-opening for our students. Your journey from being a student in this very institution for 6 years to now contributing a very significant role at one of the top pharmaceutical companies in India is truly inspiring. The fact that you were a gold medalist in M-Pharm also speaks volume for your dedication and academic experience. And today, your success stands as a testament to the value of perseverance and hard work and a strong educational foundation. The way you simplified today's complex industrial concepts and shared your real-world experiences made the session both practical and relatable. I'm sure your words have left a very long-lasting impression at our students. Finally, I extend my sincere thanks to honorable members of management, Mr. Kumar Mondal, Mr. Krishnan Mondal, and Mr. Shonam Mondal for supporting the BST Pharma Alumni Association in all times. I would like to express my heartfelt thanks to our respected principal, sir, Dr. P. Suresh, all the faculty members, and the organizing committee, BST Pharma Alumni Association, for making this event possible. A very special thanks to our students for your active participation and enthusiasm. For supporting non-teaching staff, for extending their technical support. And finally, once again, Mola, thank you for reconnecting your alma mater.
Okay, we'll end the program with the national anthem. Please stand up.